Now, let me tell you something, alright? I already knew that gotcha guy literally was a Mandela. You wanna know why? Because the industry shut down due to me actually spamming, okay? The anime industry shut down due to me spamming algorithm, alright? Now, it's completely true. Because when I played this shit, literally was when Chris was just a doll, literally he was doing his own thing, it was just on the list, right? So, what you don't understand is that literally it's also referencing, me back in the times where I used to watch Soul Eater, which is way better. So, what became obviously was, the Udi dude literally can get his own way, but it's proven that it's not affecting anything, it's stuck in its own little world, due to having something that is rivaling Darling in the Franks, but having, Darling in the Franks make way more sense, okay? Now, in doing so, this video has a lot of confessions. I think I should put it in the same video, so I am going to put it in the same video. You're going to get my taste in porn in this video after you figured out the truth about Lily want to know about higher socializing when it comes to MEPs, okay? So the first subject for this video is the MEP. Why didn't I adapt to MEPs, but why I figured out how MEPs work, okay? Because what happened was I ended up running an MEP in real life, like Carmina, Zero, those are upon my MEP, right? And shit got annoying, got 30, with Uncle Tommy, okay? Because what ended up happening, because Michael had more intuition, knew that anime comes from a gang, is I ended up, making a gang out of an MEP, all right? It's true. It's very true. What Michael and other people know, literally, is that, anime is connected to something. And what Bloods do is Bloods literally fucking you, literally, when you're a little kid, saying that anime is obviously real. We prayed them into the sky. But it's true. It's completely fucking true, because when I figured out, that Troy was a blood, is the exact same reason why I don't take him seriously, because Troy is also an internet troll. What's the internet troll? Somebody who collects tons and tons of criminal activity, stays in his own little pod, literally is only chance to sign literally from that little time to air up. That's why in 2021, while those niggas through a cave, literally it became the one piece of social validation through a whole bunch of retardation, from the pen, okay? It's true. It's completely fucking true. When you hold on to your position, when you don't recognize something real, like, me, Miranda, other girls, you're gonna fucking give up, and that's what ends up happening, Why do you think that it takes so long for Bush, to upload a podcast? You wanna know why? Because Riz actually caught them in paperwork, okay? Now, within blocking them in paperwork, what ends up happening, extensively, my Mr. Pledge of the Restlessness, alright, is that, when they have the excuse from an officer like Riz is doing his own thing, I feel like you do this is that for 100th time. You could not literally put, the arrow, over able-bodied things. That's why when we kept watching Die Guy Defenders, literally what ended up happening, we had the original feel of Teen Titans, okay? And that's what happens, literally, that's why I talk shit, the teachers in America. I'm like, if you want me to absorb, if you keep on, getting mad, I keep on doing things intensely with the feeling, then let me feel safe. And nothing lets you feel safe for a bullet, okay? Now it's out here now. It's time for the main subject of this video, MVP. What does MVP stand for? A multi-edited project, okay? The MVP is a whole bunch, people, putting things together, and then uploading them on YouTube, all right? It shows that, a good A&B doesn't come from no influence, all right? And, there was one time, all right, where Robert literally saw, a perfect samurai, did in front of me. So, and I asked him, how'd you like that, literally, after all that fucking colors and shit? Now, let me tell you something, all right? This is very important for this video, because Chris's view, when he saw me watching anime, colored over and over again, like bartender and shit, all right, was he said that he saw the value in something, literally, without something, intimidating him, and actually, questioning him to progress, okay? Literally, so he literally wants the same thing over and over again, literally, with the full understanding of basketball, knowing that it could be on BET. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, all right? Literally. It's because we live in a world right now where it being on BET stands alone, all right? Now, how did I get over an MVP? So let me tell you something, literally, what Samurai X King actually does. And before I get into Samurai a little bit, let's get into the fight with my mom. Within, just 3 years, where I recognize something, you can't fool the arrow anymore, because I played the 3 videos that were based primarily off Flow, which is first, obviously, mine, Studio, literally, in blacks, okay? So, in doing so, I gave my samurai. So, when they stuck in, the whole, knife for Abby and shit, literally, I had my samurai, all right? I earned it on paper, and, when you actually do your research on anime hip-hop, like me, when I listen to Community, I'm so ready for the era, I listen to Eminem, I'm so ready, this, and that, all right? What ends up happening, all right? And that's why literally, when I first got the Alpha and Omega, I posted the A and B, of rocking that thing, right? Is that, Bushido had an actual, example of anime hip-hop with Philly, his main, prospect and progenitor being Mugen from Samurai Champloo, okay? And later on, we came, common sense, that shit gets outdone with a baseball cap and Fooly Cooly, all right? Now, on to the meaning of an MEP. So an MEP is a whole bunch of people literally with mindsets, like little kids that are going into editing, saying, hey, Sarah, I'll do this, hey, Sarah, do that. Nothing like what I used to go through, okay? So anyway, what ends up happening, all right, and how Samurai makes an MEP is this, right? Literally, first off, he gets high. Don't think that literally Samurai doesn't make, an AMV high. And one thing that literally I got, Robert background, is if you keep on watching Samurai, just like how they were complaining I was using the same clips in high school, Samurai gets caught using the same clips, literally, in high school over and over and over again, all right? Now, how he actually makes an AMV officially is literally, this is gonna shock your world, literally, is that he gets high, he stops where he's ahead, but he thinks of a video, right? So first, I already told you how he's thinking about his brother smoking in the car, right? So first he thinks an ugly song, right? So what he does is, he gets the song, he loads it up, he thinks the idea is in his head, right? So what happens is literally, he gets high, literally, he thinks about the actual show from Naruto, like Kabuto where he's fighting Tsunade and shit, right? Literally, he's thinking about what clips can go here, what clips can go here, all the way to a point, literally, when he keeps on stopping ahead, literally, it makes a masterpiece. So he stops, literally, stops where he's ahead, gets high, adds more clips, stops the project completely, waits for months on end, literally, gets help from a friend for ideas, literally, backs the clip again, literally, and he keeps on doing it for a whole month and turns into a whole masterpiece. That's what he did back when Naruto was still coming out on the air. So really, he denied the social factor of Naruto, literally, and fucking kept on literally having this crazy idea, oh, I'm gonna kill it like this, I'm gonna kill it like that, back in the day, forgetting that it was a cartoon, completely, I'm telling you. So that's the truth behind MEPs, and when they have the cutout ones, literally, this is the best part about this video, alright? When they have the cutout ones, here's what happens, alright? When they actually, cut out the manga panels, for the AMVs, for the clips and shit, what ends up happening, right, is I took a big tutorial online when it comes to how to get bigger cutouts in Sony Vegas. And what ends up happening, right, is you do a normal cutout, right, and you create a second layer, and what that is that literally, if you're a black person following along, you gotta figure out that literally it's more superstition you can think, all right? This is a part of my life, guys. Literally, when I was trying, edit AMV, literally, here I am on Foxwire, Jaylene got in the way, Narad got in the way, 8th grade got in the way. Now, the truth behind it is, in order to do a good cutout, literally, you have to do a cutout one time, either save the file first, and then create a second file on Sony Vegas, all right? So what ends up happening is you have to cut out one time. So what that has to do is that's the inner piece of the picture, right? Like say if there's, a hair and there's hair missing, or there's an armpit, in between. What ends up happening, right, is that you have to cut it out one time and then you have to stop, save a screenshot. Then you have to do a second layer. Then you have to cut out the armpit, all right? So what that is, actually, is white people got further into AMVs because of Mandela's, all right? So literally, the whole reason why I couldn't progress in A and B was because of Mandela, and that's connected to a white person's head getting cut off, and that's connected to literally him having social intuition that's based on a cartoon and not solely progressing in high school like me. So that's the truth behind the MEP, and that's why I got over it, all right? All right, because they tried to make it seem literally, oh, you just had to do the same layer. Well, there was a whole fucking tutorial that was beyond your comprehension. That was in Morse code. That when you start begging, become completely clear. Okay. All right. So if you're a big fan of my channel, Board Games Plus, I hope you don't fight your mom over this, because I just looked up Carmen Hayes, literally, and she had a bad history of saying, black people up like Henry, literally attacking the mom, saying, oh, mama wanted this, oh, mama wanted that, to people in junior high like Henry and Tyrone, all right? Now, brace yourself. Literally, my favorite, porn star, from way back in the day was Brianna Banks, all right? So who is she? She has fake tits, literally, she has a double D bra, and she has a circular, fashion, all right? So, the second favorite porn star was Pure Rye. And my 8th grade was all about, perky porn stars, literally, with breasts that, will shake like squares, right? And so another, big aspect, for this video is that Alexis Breeze, still today was my favorite porn star. Literally, this one, it's really secret. Literally, when she's taking it, literally with Mason Moore, and I just got a big hit for Uncle Titus Moore because she was wearing red, and literally, and her ass was bigger, than me. You see how I was, tough, and brown, like, Dino Froze, which is another subject coming up to this video. what ends up happening is they shake at the same time. Literally, she's wearing red, and hers is way bigger, all right? So literally, so I literally got undeniable PG. That's why, I hate, the factors of lesbian cops. So anyway, that's why I was bad with the Rada got this spanked, a whole bunch, in front of me, junior high, because she looked just like Pure Eye. I watched that, porno over and over and over again. And where Alexis Breeze had the first, porno on LimeWire that I downloaded from my brother. And when I started watching it, there was a whole bunch of more scenes that I didn't think that he saw, right? And so, a lesbian cops, Pierre from NASA, defended me, saying that, oh, Chris looks up gay porn. He just had the porn star to lock you in the hood, literally, especially when they condense your balls, all right? So that Alexis Breeze fucked me up, literally. So I did get shooken this morning, by Uncle Tommy. Now, in doing so, all right, well, the key factors that you don't understand is that the porno I want you to watch is Brianna Banks' Garage Fuck, all right? That's one of my favorite pornos of all time. Please, this isn't, a normal video, all right? Because, what this is this is a porn that's gonna make you take about. So please don't watch it if you're a full anime fan. You have to watch, with viewer's discretion. Because what happened this year, all right? I mean, it was technically still 25, but in actuality, what happened, this year, the year 30, was I got a perfect, Brianna Banks, my favorite, cosplay, Malizia, Neferpita, Malice. Literally went back when we were advertising the first time we were watching Dino Froze, literally, and I got a perfect Brianna Banks, literally all the way up to here, literally at 30. All right, and that was one of my main things that I was pissed off about all the time. I can achieve my life goals over and over again, but I couldn't do anything big. And guess what happened to Deborah? Literally, I did the exact same thing with the Blue Lock people. Literally, she was Pink Lemonade, and I was just sucking. I was all up in that shit. And it's a porno that specializes in tit sucking, okay? So literally, for that cosplay career, for the modeling and all that, I killed that shit. I'm like, I did another Brianna Banks for Deborah, and it pisses me off. Literally, that's what people don't understand. That's what Indian people and NASA don't understand, is I'm accomplishing my life goals over and over again, but I'm not doing anything big. Because you say big is subjective. I'm gonna warn you, literally, when you get in the hood, literally, they say big because of the gang, big because of this, that. What big is the difference between a child and an adult, all right? Now, with that being fucking said, all right? So it's, this Brianna Banks Garage Fuck, all right? So I'm not talking about Alexis Breeze on your booty, because that's one of the most famous, pearls of all time. So, if you get more into this shit, for all my samurai fans out there, literally look up Carmen Hayes, hit that shit, all right? So that's another one, okay? Now, if you want an average, Pure Eye, literally, it has to be, for your teacher, Pure Eye teacher, that's another one, okay? Now, those are the basic ones, but there are way more, okay? Because, there's way more, Sienna West, Adrian Adams, and, the one that Robert likes a lot in high school is Gianna Michaels, all right? And that's the one I don't like, but, that supports the mystic nature, all right? So my favorite one, literally, is Carmela Bing. That's my favorite porn star of all time. So, that's just the basics, all right? I'm saying too much for this video. Right now, this is the MEP, and why didn't I adapt to an MEP, / explicit content video, and I'm out.